The only reason that I think that I need a DJI pocket camera is because every time I get on my timeline, I see someone using a DJI pocket camera or doing a review about it, or they're selling an accessory for it. And I'm like, maybe I need that. No, maybe you need to, maybe I need to just sit down, create our content, talk to our people with whatever the hell we have. Or shoot, maybe you do have the DJI pocket camera and you absolutely love it, but are you using it? Welcome back to Market Like a Mama. I am Jessica Rose, and I built and grew a personal brand to over 1 million followers across all social platforms. And I was able to do that because I told the truth about motherhood, and now I'm telling the truth about social media. I teach mamas just like you social media, content creation, and most importantly, content monetization. So I started creating content in 2017, and my life was far from stable. I was a single mom. I was working dead-end jobs. I was renting rooms. Even at one point, I was sleeping on an air mattress in one of my friends' living rooms, which are obviously not the most ideal circumstances to be living under as a mom, or really anyone just trying to survive. If I'm being really honest, life sucked. I was drowning myself in a bottle or two of wine every single night, passing out, waking up, dropping my kid off at daycare for 12 hours to work at a job or many jobs, because I was not very good at keeping a single job that was barely paying me enough to survive, let alone thrive. And point blank period, when I started getting online and telling my story, being myself, it changed my life. Being authentic in my storytelling plays a huge factor in why I was able to become so successful online. And do not get me wrong, it took some time to really build community and build up the successes that I've had. But since I first started in 2017, I have worked with over 65 major brands on paid campaigns. I've written and self-published my own children's book. I've sold merch, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars teaching and helping other people through digital products. The bottom line is that I understand social media, I understand digital marketing, and most importantly, I believe that there is a lane and room for everyone in this, whether you have a degree or not, because I believe that you do not need a degree if you have a story to tell. Okay, clock it. Today's video is going to be more of like a pep talk, and it's kind of for myself too. When you're on this journey to wanting to start creating content, build community, build a following, sell digital products, it is really important that you make sure that you do not let anybody on the internet convince you that you're not where you need to be because you don't have a certain kind of equipment. If you have an iPhone, you have everything that you need to build a social media empire. If you have an Android, I'm not sure. On the phones, the videos look great, but when you drop them onto the computer, I'm not sure. So listen, I stand by what I said.
I said what I said.
If you have an iPhone, you have everything that you need to build an empire on social media, but that's not always the story that we're being told when we're scrolling on the internet and we see what everybody else is doing, what everybody else has. And this is something that I even struggle with as someone that has an iPhone and has a professional camera and has 3 or 4 different kinds of mics. Every time I get online, there is something that I see that makes me feel sometimes like maybe if I had that, it would get me to the next level. But as you're starting on this journey, it is so important to master the ability to be content with what you have when you are creating, especially in the year 2026. In 2026, in the year of AI thriving in the way that it is, people are looking for genuine connection more than ever. And you do not need the most high resolution 4K, 8K crazy edit shots that you've ever seen in your entire life in order to build a connection with people. And why do I know this? I know this because of lived experience. For instance, right now I am shooting this on the Sony EV10. So this camera was one of the cameras that was being told over and over and over to creators online, especially on YouTube in the tech world, that this was the must-have camera in like 2024 and 2025. So I got the must-have camera. But here's the thing, I got the camera. Well, Jay got the camera for me. Jay gave me the camera. And immediately I'm like, this is going to be the game changer. This is going to be the game changer. Guess what happened? The exact opposite, actually. I stopped creating content completely because content creation started turning into this big production where I had to get the big tripod and figure out the ISO and the settings and the camera. And so I just stopped because it wasn't easy anymore. And I started holding myself to this standard of, well, the quality that comes off of this one is so much higher. So that means that the little one-off videos that I do on my phone now, they just aren't as good. So what happened? I just stopped creating altogether. And I can tell you guys, it is so much better to just keep creating and keep posting, no matter what the quality of your video is, no matter what kind of camera that you're using, because the most important thing that you're doing on social media is showing up and storytelling and building connection with people. And you can't do that if you're so fixated on the way that something's done. As content creators, but most importantly as moms, like, we have got to learn to be more adaptable. And I am a very type A girly, so this is difficult for me because sometimes I feel like if I'm not doing things a certain way, I'll just stop doing them altogether. And I hate that for me, and I don't want that for you. Yes, it is okay to care about quality, okay? It's okay to care about the quality of things. Sometimes that is something that helps you stand out a little bit more from the crowd on social media, and it can contribute to things like stopping people from scrolling, which is something that is important in this day and age of trying to capture and keep people's attention. But what I actually found the most interesting is that when I did get the energy to set everything up and do the production and use the high quality camera, my audience actually engaged significantly less with it.
What? What?
Do you know how frustrating that was? I was like, y'all, I'm sitting here, I'm putting in the works. Every time I sit down and do a bling, blah, bloop, blah, bloop edit that I'm proud of, that I love, that I have the skill set to do. But the audience that I built for my personal brand was never around that. The audience that I built for my personal brand was around me struggling as a single mom in a converted garage cooking out of a crock pot. They don't give a damn if my video is in 4K or not. So the more that I've seen that my audience, even as I've grown and evolved as a creator, still responds better to my highly produced content versus my low effort content, I'm like, if they don't care, why do I? My personal brand is funny, it's lighthearted, it's straight to the point. They don't need all that. My biggest takeaway when I really sit down and study my content is that I don't need the DJI Pocket 3000. I don't need the newest and latest and greatest Sony camera. I need to get out of my head and just talk to the people that are here for me. I think a lot of times we end up creating obstacles for ourselves because we're not focused on our audience. We're actually just looking around at what everyone else is creating and doing, and we think that we need to do that, because the only reason that I think that I need a DJI Pocket camera is because every time I get on my timeline, I see someone using a DJI Pocket camera or doing a review about it, or they're selling an accessory for it, and I'm like, maybe I need that. No, maybe you need to. Maybe I need to just sit down, create our content, talk to our people with whatever the hell we have. Whether that's an iPhone, a Sony, or shoot, maybe you do have the DJI Pocket camera and you absolutely love it, but are you using it? Because that's a whole nother thing. People absolutely love investing into things and then not actually using those things to level themselves up. The bottom line is that the kind of content that people are craving in 2026 is not overly polished content. It's just not. It's not about aesthetics. It's about being real. It's literally about being human, because we're in the day and age where a lot of things that people are seeing online aren't even human. Also, I'm not saying that I'm never going to get the DJI camera. I'm not saying that either. I'm simply saying it is no longer something that I am thinking of as being a necessity for taking me to the next level, because it's not a priority for me or for you. I don't care what lane you're in. No matter what kind of content you're trying to create or what kind of story you are trying to tell, your iPhone is enough. Your story is enough. You are enough. I am enough. If you are going to master or invest into anything, learn about storytelling. Go on Amazon right now and find a book about building a brand, about telling a story. Buy it, read it, implement it, because storytelling is so much more powerful than any quality of a video or fancy of an edit. So no new content creation equipment for me for a while, especially while I'm in this phase of completely trying to build up and grow something completely new, which is so humbling. Your girl hasn't even hit 10 subscribers on this platform yet, okay? Being yourself and coming as you are is one of the best strategies that you could possibly have in social media, especially in the year 2026. If this video resonated with you at all, let me know in the comments. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to seeing and or learning on this channel in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, mamas.